you doing, my friends? I'm going to tell you a story about this guy I used to know. And his name was Snake. That nickname, of course. But this guy was a whole lot of messed up. At first glance, you wouldn't think much of him. He was just a regular guy, really struggling through life. This guy was down many pegs. But in any event, he was a dishwasher at a restaurant that was here called Angelo's Restaurant. It was on Page and Hanover Street in Manchester, New Hampshire. And like Mary Buschuk, this guy never washed. In fact, he stunk so bad that when he worked as a dishwasher, you could smell him above the refuse in the like onions, chopped onions, and things like that they were throwing out to the dumpster. You could smell the guy over that. But he wasn't as bad as her. This guy was able to work really, and he was able to barely make a living. But what was interesting about the guy was he refused, under any circumstances at all whatsoever, to go to a doctor or to go to the hospital or anything like that at all. So he got a few injuries. We all get injuries. In most cases, they can be solved very easy. Maybe some antibiotics, a stitch here and there from the doctor, or perhaps a cast. Well, in his case, he lost a finger. All right? And I'm told he lost the finger, because it was a small cut to begin with, and then eventually it worked its way back and became gangrenous. And then they had to remove the tip of the finger. He finally had to go to the hospital. But I think he associated things like that with going to the hospital because he wasn't the sharpest knife in the rack. So, in any event, he busts his leg. Okay, he breaks it. I don't know how. He fell. Something happened, but it was a severe break and it was well above the knee. So he decided to set it himself. There was only one problem. It set fully sideways. And it healed. So his knee, the knee on his left leg, and I believe it was his left leg, was fine. But the knee on the right leg was actually pointing right. And the most bizarre thing was watching him walk because he could swing the leg this way, which was fine, but the knee wanted to go this way. And this thing fully healed. And he would walk around the city for a good couple of years like that. And he worked at the restaurant. In any event, he finally goes to a doctor and they had to re-break the leg and set it normally. And they did. And I remember at the time thinking that this was so bizarre. I was young and I just thought the whole concept of going to the hospital so that they can break your leg just is not something that one would consider as being normal. But in his case, it wasn't. And that's the story of Snake. If you like stories like this, like, comment, subscribe. Shanty Bear out.